philosophical distinctions made in the Christian tradition that pop up in today's gospel, right? It all has to do around the action of love. Love in the English language, we have one word for it. And in several of the Romance languages, there are other words that provide better connotation to what kind of love do we mean. Okay. Here's why this is important. Very famously, we use the same word love to communicate that, by way of example, right? Like, I love Cheerios. And I love the New Orleans Saints or LSU, and I love my mom. Now you got to hope that those are not all the same thing, right? I was listening to, there's this speaker, I forget his name, but he's all over YouTube, and he's very articulate and very interesting to listen to. And I enjoy listening to him speak, right? And he was talking to this person, and he was trying to say, there's a barista at a hotel, coffee bar, right? And the person's just totally lit up. They're just, there's one of these, not one of these people you would like to push down a flight of stairs at how happy they are in the morning, but not one of these people who's like got the towel over their head, please don't talk to me. This person is animated for the morning. Do you like your job? I love my job. You can imagine you do it the other way around. Do you love your job? I like my job. You understand the difference between the two, right? How disappointed you would be if you went to somebody who you like them a lot and you would like them to like you back. Or let me phrase that. That's exactly what I do not mean. This person whom you love, you would like, do you love me? I like you a lot. Not good, right? You would want those to be the same. And the problem here is because in most cultures you have more nuance. We have this nuance in English too. We just use radically different words for it, right? Famously in the Greek language, which is the language of the New Testament, when Jesus is saying to his apostles, at least the way they recorded it to us, to hand it down to us, Jesus says, I give you this new commandment, love one another. But Greek very famously has 3 words for love. And he uses the one most associated with the Christian tradition, agape, love one another. But Greek has 3 words for love, and they all legitimately mean love. Greek has the word eros, Greek has the word philia, and Greek has the word agape, and they all mean different things. And when these things are properly ordered, they give life. And when they are improperly ordered, it's like fire in the middle of your living room. That is usually the analogy I use. It is not quite so often that it is literally in the afterglow of a famous plantation burning down. Oopsies. Fire in the middle of your living room. Bad thing, right? Don't want that. When you look at romantic love, the Greek word eros, the most direct English translation would be erotic. That's not exactly what it means, but more romantic. There's a whole spectrum there where it goes from, man, this person is awfully cold to, I wish this person liked me a little less, right? Eros, romantic love, is about what you want and what you desire. And this is the one that I think probably, how it goes wrong, I probably don't need to spend much time on that. We all know it, right? You've known people who just give themselves too much to what they want and to what they desire, or their life is dominated by what is actually erotic. And that is not good. But an improperly ordered eros, man, you've met these people too, and they are irritating. When they got too little of it. Could you show some passion? Like, when you go to McDonald's at 6 in the morning and those people are dispassionate, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But you go into your workplace and you got somebody who just doesn't care. That's deflating. It devalues your effort and time and energy. It makes you want to give up. And yet you can't deny when you got somebody who is passionate, how much that lifts everybody around them. When it's properly ordered. When it gets off the rails, romance desire becomes about what I can get. But when it's properly ordered, it sees the beauty of the world around itself. Filial love. This is friendship, brotherhood. It has to do with, I want to spend time with these people. I want to spend time with you think back to your high school friends, think even your adult friends. Who do you want to spend more time with? Who you wish you had time for? Not that you want to, give up your job, not that you want to, jettison your family, but like, just pay attention to this thing, right? This is a thing that is sorely missing in our contemporary society. We're very, very apt to say we have friends when we actually mean we have many acquaintances. Nothing is more striking or destructive in our modern world than the fact that you have a friends list on all of your electronic things, right? And some of those people legitimately are your friend. Most of them are not. I went to share something about the Hike for Christ, back in the middle of Lent. Oh my God, I got a lot. My friends list on Facebook is really long. If you didn't get invited to the Hike for Christ event, I'm sorry. I got to the first names in E and I was exhausted. I had been sitting there scrolling for 20 minutes, click, 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 click. I was inviting people from South Lafourche. Oops, I forgot you don't live here. It happens. But these people are not your friends. Friends spend time together. And really, it's not any more complicated than that. I mean, obviously, a more redeemed version of Christian friendship, you spend your time together doing things that are meaningful and worthwhile and contribute to your relationship with the Lord. But at the end of the day, you spend time with your friends. And I don't know what happens when this one goes off the rails in either direction. I haven't really thought about it enough. But at the end of the day, statistically, our United States, us, we are more lonely than we have ever been. All the studies come back. Adults have fewer and fewer deep friendships. As we go forward, the numbers get worse. Not that it was always better in the past. No. But according to the data that we have, right, the numbers are going down. And I can't tell you why that is, except that we don't spend time together anymore. And I don't know what the solution to that is beyond go find people you can stand for long periods of time and go spend time. I'm not saying that in the nicest way possible, but you know what I mean, right? Go find people you can spend time with and spend time with them. Invite them to your house. This is Cajun culture, right? You have to cook a gumbo. I'm sorry. You have to build a fire. You can have to buy a bottle of whiskey, but that's how you get people to spend time together and to do it. And just that they came over and you had a good time, that was a success. You don't need to save the world. That's friendship. Now, what Jesus is talking about, now obviously Jesus has something more meaningful in mind than, desire to spend time with each other, go spend time with each other, go get what you want in the world. He's want more for the disciples than these other two loves. And this has been true, right? This isn't just stuff Jesus said. There are non-Christians or pagan commentators that talk about how different the Christians were than everybody else. This may be shocking to you. Before Christians, there were no hospitals. There were no nursing homes. There were no schools. You either had the money to afford a doctor to come to your house or you did not. Never before did you have a place where you would gather sick people so that one doctor would come and see a bunch of them. That's an artifact of Christians taking care of the sick and the poor around them. What is this self-sacrificial love? What is agape? It's when I love another person for their own sake. I do what's good for them, not what's good for me. And when you start to understand this, it's the sacrifice of the cross. It's the sacrifice. In Latin, this is called charity. Charity has gotten a bad rap in the modern world because it almost always is exclusively related with, here's some money, look, I'm sorry you're starving. Here's some money. Look, I'm sorry the hurricane hit you. Here's some money. Like that's a slice of charity. Sure. It's an important slice of charity, especially when your house is blown away after the hurricane. It's nice that there's somebody sitting there going like, look, I know you've been through trauma. It's not going to get any better. I'm sorry. Here's a bag of gold. Go rebuild your house. Agape lived out in the Christian context is, I love you and I want to give you what's good for you, regardless of what it does for me. It's a love that's purified of its self-interest. Now, there's a threefold distinction. When you slice up love, you get these three distinctions. I want to make a bold claim. They actually only come alive. They're only properly ordered when you have all three of them together. Pope Benedict in 2008, let's say, it was right when he was elected, so let's say 2006, released a letter to the world on love. And he had a very interesting, intriguing chapter in that letter. The nice thing about Pope Benedict is his encyclicals tended to be quite short. So you can read this one in one or two settings, right? Unlike John Paul II or Pope Francis, they tended to be much longer. Pope Benedict writes this letter about love. And in it, he's got this section on the eros of God. What does God want? What is God's romance? Revealing that in the Lord, all three of these things are one. They all come together. And you get these great examples in the tradition, in our history. Probably nobody was more integrated and balanced, and this is going to sound weird if you know the life and the history of the man, than St. Francis of Assisi. You want to talk about a person who was passionate? Oh, yeah. In fact, he was so passionate that often the powers that be would kind of hope that he would, you can leave now. You can go evangelize the city on the next town. Meaning, we've had enough of you. Please go someplace else. Passionate man. He calls his religious community, obviously he did not call them the Franciscans, right? That only came later. He calls it's the order of the little brothers, the order of the friars minor. In his mind, the Benedictines were the friars major. And look, we're not the Benedictines. We're not meant to live this austere life far away from everything else, self-sufficient. We're not capable of that. So we're going to do what we can. We're going to pray, we're going to beg, we're going to teach, and we're going to help people learn to fall in love with God. So much so that Francis of Assisi didn't set out with some great mission to change the world. He did, but that wasn't his mission. That's to get lost. For him, it was about his romance with God and how each individual person he came across was an opportunity to invite a new person into that romance in their own life. It wasn't about changing the world. It was about changing the world for that person. And who can deny the guy who died with the stigmata couldn't pour out his life for other people? There was no old St. Francis. He didn't live that long. I think he lived to be like 45. Not because he died in some great tragedy. He had no cancer, no heart attack. That's not what killed St. Francis. He didn't get sick. He exhausted himself. in penance, in love, and preaching and mission. Now, is that the right strategy for all of us? No, not at all. Please don't do that. But I guarantee you, it was the right thing for him. He was well integrated. And let me tell you, the recipe for this probably going to be different for everybody, at least a little bit. I don't live in a space of like high passion and energy, right? I got to find the right space. And often my homiletical departure point is, what can I get behind? What lights a fire under me? Because that's the only thing I can be passionate about and really push. Like I've got to find the spot in the reading that really lights a fire under me. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read something to you guys, and none of us are going to like that. You got to find the path that works for you. There are these three loves, three different flavors, directions, perspectives, dimensions of love. You must have all of them in some amount. Exercise them, practice them, but integrate them. Let your romance speak to your friendship. Let your friendship speak to your self-sacrifice. Let your self-sacrifice speak to your romance again and again and again and again. It is all interweaves in you together. Very famously, love in every language is a verb, not an adjective. It's primarily something you do before it is something that you feel. The feelings are great. Powerful stuff, right? No one will deny that a powerful sense of loyalty or the incredibly powerful attraction that young love has. Nobody will deny that. But the feelings follow the action, not the other way around. And if you integrate these three things, okay, you're not going to live like St. Francis. You're going to live like you. And that's what God wants most.